Hello, my friends. Welcome again. I'm so happy you're here today. I have something very special to share with you. This is not just a story, it is a real experience. Something that happened in my life. It changed everything, and maybe it can change your life too. Let me ask you a question. Do you feel stuck in your English journey? Do you try many times but still feel slow, shy, or lost? I felt the same. I was trying, but I had no real system, no progress, and no confidence. Then one day, I heard something simple, something powerful. It was called the 1 hour rule. Just 1 hour a day. That's it. No big plan, no expensive course, no magic, just one promise. Every day, I will give 1 hour to English. At first, it sounded too simple. 1 hour, will that really help me? But I had nothing to lose. So I started, day 1, day 2, 1 hour every single day. No matter how tired I was, no matter how busy, I gave my 1 hour only to English. And then, something amazing started to happen. Slowly, my understanding improved. My listening became stronger, my words came faster, my fear started to disappear. Day by day, step by step, I changed. That is why I'm here with you today to tell you this truth from my heart. You don't need to study for 5 or 6 hours. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. 1 hour a day, that's the rule, that's the secret. Are you ready to try it? For many years, I had a dream. I wanted to speak English with confidence. I wanted to understand movies without subtitles. I wanted to express my feelings, talk to people from other countries, and maybe even travel the world one day, but this dream felt far away. I tried many things to improve my English. I watched YouTube videos, listened to podcasts, read grammar books, and even downloaded mobile apps, but nothing really worked for me. Sometimes I studied for 3 hours in one day, then did nothing for the next week. I had no plan, I had no discipline, and slowly, I started to lose hope. There were days when I felt strong and motivated. I told myself, today I will study hard. But the next day, I felt tired, or busy, or lazy. I made excuses. I said, I'll do it tomorrow, but tomorrow never came. I started to compare myself with others. I saw people speaking English so easily. I thought, maybe they are smarter than me. Maybe English is not for people like me. This thinking was wrong, but at that time, I didn't know it. One day, something small made a big impact. I went to a local shop, and a foreign customer asked me something in English. I understood him, but I could not reply. I froze. My mind was blank. My heart beat fast. I wanted to speak, but the words didn't come out. That moment hurt me deeply. I walked back home with my head down. I felt embarrassed. I asked myself, why can't I speak even one simple sentence? That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking, I've been trying for so long, but why am I not getting better? Then late at night, I picked up my phone and started searching for help. I typed, how to learn English fast. I found many articles and videos. Some gave tips. Some promised fast results, but one sentence caught my attention. It was simple. Give just 1 hour every day to English, and your life will change. I read it again and again. Only 1 hour. It sounded too easy. No big courses. No long study sessions. Just 1 hour every day. I was confused, but curious. The next morning, I sat quietly with my notebook. I thought about that line. I looked at the calendar. I made a small decision, but it felt powerful. I wrote one sentence on the first page of my notebook. From today, I will give 1 hour to English every single day. No excuses. No breaks. That one sentence changed everything for me. At that time, I didn't have a big plan. I didn't know what to study in that 1 hour, but I knew one thing. I had to start. I was tired of feeling weak. I wanted to change. I wanted to take control of my future. So I made a promise to myself not to be perfect, not to become fluent in 1 week, but to be consistent. To show up every day, even if it was hard. Even if I was tired. That was the beginning of a new chapter in my life. The chapter that began with just one small rule, 1 hour a day, every day. The first day of the 1 hour rule felt new. I was excited, but also a little nervous. I didn't want to fail again. I had made promises before, but I didn't keep them. This time, I wanted things to be different. I set a timer for 1 hour. I decided to start simple. I went to YouTube and searched for an easy English story. I found a video with slow, clear English. I clicked play and started listening. At first, my mind wandered. I didn't understand every word. I felt frustrated, but I reminded myself, Don't worry. Just keep listening. So, I paused. I played again. I listened to the same story 3 times. I wrote down new words in my notebook. It felt good. I started. The next day, I did the same thing, but this time, I added something new. I repeated the sentences out loud. I felt shy at first, but no one was watching. I spoke alone in my room, trying to copy the speaker's voice. I felt silly, but it helped. On day 3, I started to enjoy it. I looked forward to my English hour. It was becoming a habit. I picked a short video, listened, wrote, and spoke. Then I added a small reading practice. I chose a short English story online and read it slowly. If I didn't understand a word, I searched for the meaning and wrote it down. By day 4, I noticed something surprising. I could understand more. Words that were difficult before started to feel familiar. I wasn't fluent, but I was better than before. I felt a little stronger, a little more confident. On day 5, I was tired. I had a long day. My head hurt. I wanted to skip my English hour, but then, I opened my notebook and read the promise I had written, 1 hour every day. No excuses. So, I sat down. I picked a short 10-minute video and repeated it 6 times. I didn't do anything else, but I did something. I didn't break the chain, and that made me proud. By day 6, English was becoming a part of my daily life. I was no longer waiting for the perfect time or the perfect energy. I just did it. Like brushing my teeth or eating lunch, it became normal. On day 7, something magical happened. I was watching a video, and suddenly I understood the full sentence without stopping. No subtitles, no dictionary, just understanding. I smiled. It was a small victory, but for me, it was big. That first week taught me something very important. You don't need to do everything in one day. You just need to do something every day, 1 step at a time, 1 hour at a time. The 1-hour rule was not just about learning English. It was also teaching me discipline, patience, and belief in myself. And that was just the beginning. After 1 week of following the 1-hour rule, I felt something changing inside me. I was still not fluent. I was still learning, but now I had hope. I had a plan, and most importantly, I had a habit. I was showing up every single day. In the second week, I decided to build a better routine. I asked myself, how can I use this 1 hour in the best way? I wanted to grow in every skill: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So I divided my 1 hour into parts. First, I gave 20 minutes to listening. Every morning, I searched for an English story or short video. I chose simple content, not too fast, not too difficult. I listened carefully. If I didn't understand something, I paused and repeated it. I listened again and again. I didn't skip. I gave those 20 minutes my full focus. Next, I spent 15 minutes speaking. This was the hardest part for me. I had no one to talk to, so I became my own partner. I looked into the mirror and spoke out loud. I introduced myself, talked about my day, or repeated lines from the video. I made mistakes, but I kept going. I learned to laugh at my mistakes instead of feeling ashamed. Then, I gave 15 minutes to reading. I didn't choose big books or boring grammar rules. I chose short stories, blog posts, or even simple English news. I read slowly. I underlined new words. I didn't worry about understanding every single word. I just wanted to enjoy the process. Lastly, I gave 10 minutes to writing. Every day, I wrote a few sentences in English about my life, my dreams, my problems, anything. I didn't worry about grammar or spelling. I just wrote from my heart. Slowly, my sentences became better, and my confidence grew. This routine became my daily formula: 20 minutes listening, 15 minutes speaking, 15 minutes reading, 10 minutes writing. I kept it simple. I didn't need expensive courses or perfect books. I just needed time, discipline, and belief. That's it. Some days were easy. Some days were hard, but I didn't stop. I reminded myself every morning, 1 hour today will bring me closer to my dream. Sometimes I missed a day, but I didn't quit. I forgave myself and started again the next day. I didn't let guilt or laziness take away my dream. After 3 weeks, my routine felt natural. I didn't need reminders or alarms. I looked forward to my English hour. It became my favorite part of the day, a time when I was growing, learning, and becoming the best version of myself. My journey was just beginning, but now I had a strong foundation. And it was all because of one simple habit: 1 hour a day. Every day, no excuses. It had been almost 1 month since I started following the 1 hour rule. Every day, I spent 1 hour with English listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Some days were exciting, some were slow, but I didn't stop. Then one day, something amazing happened. I was on a phone call with a customer from another country. He spoke in English. Normally, I would feel nervous or ask someone else to speak, but this time, I didn't panic. I listened carefully and I understood him. I took a deep breath and replied. My words were not perfect, but they came out naturally, and the best part. He understood me. The conversation was short, but I felt like I had just won a battle. When I ended the call, I just sat there silent, shocked, smiling. That moment was special. It was not just about speaking English. It was about feeling free, feeling proud, and feeling like all those 1 hour days were finally working. For the first time, I said to myself, I'm really improving. This is real. After that day, small signs of progress started to appear everywhere. I watched a YouTube video without subtitles and understood most of it. I wrote a long comment in English on a post and didn't need Google Translate. I started dreaming in English. Yes, even my dreams were changing. I noticed that I was no longer afraid of making mistakes. Before, I would stay quiet because I was scared of being wrong. Now, I was speaking more. I was trying. I was growing. My family also noticed. One evening, my sister said, "You speak more clearly now. What are you doing?" I smiled and replied, "Just 1 hour a day." That one sentence held so much power. I felt stronger not just in English, but in life. I proved to myself that I could do something hard. I proved that change is possible, and I wanted to tell everyone. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. The 1 hour rule gave me more than English. It gave me discipline, confidence, and hope. It taught me that small steps every day can take you to big places. After following the 1 hour rule for a few weeks, English started becoming a part of my identity. It was no longer just a subject I was trying to learn. It became a habit, a skill, a new way of thinking. My confidence grew step by step. Before, I was scared to speak even one sentence. Now, I was speaking small paragraphs. Before, I watched English videos in silence. Now, I was repeating the lines out loud. Before, I avoided conversations. Now, I looked for chances to speak even if it was just one sentence. One day, I was in a market. A tourist asked me for help in English. I replied without thinking. The words just came clear, calm, simple. After that, the person smiled and said, "Your English is good." Thank you. That sentence felt like a gift. Not because it was a compliment, but because it was proof. Proof that my hard work was working. My life started changing in small but powerful ways. I began writing my thoughts in English even on bad days. When I felt sad or confused, I opened my notebook and wrote in English. It became my way of healing, expressing, and growing. I also started applying English to other parts of my life. I read business articles in English. I watched motivational videos in English. I started learning about the world all in English. My brain was opening. My world was expanding. People around me noticed the change. They asked how I improved so fast. My answer was always simple: 1 hour a day. Every day. Some didn't believe it. Some said it's not enough, but I knew the truth. 1 hour every day is more powerful than 10 hours once a week. 1 hour with full focus. 1 hour with love, not pressure. That's the real magic. The biggest change was inside me. I started to believe in myself. I stopped thinking I can't. I started saying, I can. I will. I am learning. This mindset helped me in everything. I became more disciplined in my work. I managed my time better. I even became more positive with my family and friends. Why? Because English was no longer a problem. It was a power. My journey was not over. I still had so much to learn. But now I had a strong heart. I had a daily habit. I had results, and most of all I had belief. All of this because of a simple rule, the 1 hour rule. Now, my dear friends, I want to tell you something from my heart. This journey was not always easy. Some days I felt tired. Some days I didn't feel like learning, but I never gave up. I remembered my promise, 1 hour every day, and now, when I look back, I feel proud. Not because I became perfect. No, I'm still learning, but I feel proud because I showed up. I gave time to my dream. I believed in myself even when no one else did. I learned that small steps taken every day lead to big changes. You don't need to study for hours. You don't need perfect grammar or a British accent. You just need to start. You just need to keep going. 1 hour a day, that's it. The 1 hour rule taught me more than English. It taught me patience. It taught me self-discipline, and it taught me that I can do anything if I do it with consistency and heart. So now I ask you, do you really want to learn English? Do you want to feel confident when you speak? Do you want to open new doors in your life? Then start today. Give yourself just 1 hour. Turn off your fears. Turn on your focus and begin. Maybe after 1 day, nothing will change. Maybe after 1 week, you'll feel slow. But if you give yourself 1 hour a day for 30 days, I promise you will not be the same person. This is your time. This is your story, and maybe one day, you'll tell others, just 1 hour a day changed my life, too. Thank you for listening to my story. Now go write your own.